Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 2 of Just Build. As you can see, I'm kind of on a different building today than when I last started. I figured I'd upgrade my little main spot a bit, and as you can see, there's a lot that I added, believe it or not. But I'll show you all of it in a second. But I want to thank you all for all the likes and comments that I got on the last video, and I really do appreciate every one of your comments. So let's go check out the new house. This is what I built for myself. I figured I'd make it a little bit more homey. I have a wall here that's blank because I might put some stuff here. I made like a little bunk bed, and I got a kitchen. It looks really good. I'm very impressed. And I put my little study / library area here. I figured this is where we could come and, write in the journal and all this and that. And I thought it'd be really nice. Yeah, and I think it looks really good here. And as you can see, I decorated the path a little bit. I've added some rocks and flowers. Really kind of just prettied it up a bit. And as you can see, I made a path off to the side. And I've also went around here with the flowers. And I put some string on these azalea bushes just to make sure they wouldn't grow. And right here, I plan to add something, once I complete like a full circle and everything else. But as of right now, it's just going to be kind of open until I can kind of like go around and finish the path. But right here, we're going to have a very interesting build today. And interesting it was, that's for sure. But yeah. It's gonna be right next to this house. I decided I wanted to separate the houses by some like nature and foliage, so I put some extra trees over here just to kind of separate some of the builds a little bit. I figured it'd be nice to have them like spaced out and looking a little bit different. Oh, and now since I started getting more views and subscribers, I decided to add something a little bit special for you guys. And if we come in here, this is the Fox Den of subscribers. So basically, I built this little area to put some foxes in, and each one of these foxes is going to have a name tag from my subscribers. So if you guys want a fox with your name on it, you just have to subscribe to my channel. And don't be discouraged if I miss some of you. Obviously, I'm gonna possibly look over you, so maybe, and it's okay. I'm a content creator. I can't keep track of everyone, so just know that if I do miss your name, just try to get my attention by the comments, and I will do my best to notice you and put you in with the Fox Den. But I was thinking maybe once we get more foxes, we can expand this place a little bit more. Expand it more that way if we need to, and I think that'd be great. So, we actually have our first few foxes. First up, we have Gothic Lulu, and then we have Rapid Venom, and then we have Layla Valerie, and we also have this interesting name, Norz Kenolzi, which is a really cool name, I have to admit. So I went around and I started naming some of the foxes. I tried to find the fourth one, as you can see. I got a little lost, but I eventually found her, and we named her Gothic Lulu. So those are my first 4 subscribers, and obviously I will get more subscribers as I go, and the more foxes we get, the bigger the den is going to be. So I hope you guys like the idea. I thought it was a nice little way to say thank you to my subscribers that I get on this channel. But with that out of the way, let's head out of the Fox Den, because now it is time to get on to the build. And I'll be honest, I did not know where this build was going to take me today. It turned out very strange indeed. But I plan to do a somewhat of a big build here today. So that's why this area is mainly strictly blank. I wanted this entire area to be dedicated to what I was building today. And it was strange. We got Spore Blossoms, Soul Sand, Crying Obsidian, which I was already thinking maybe Graveyard, and then we got Wax Oxidized Cut Copper, and then Twisting Vines, and then Red Sandstone Cut Slabs, and I was mentally breaking when I got the Red Sandstone Slabs, because everything was good. Everything was mostly fine. I thought maybe I could make something with the first couple blocks, and I was like, okay, no big deal, maybe it'll be good. And then I got Red Sandstone blocks. I was just like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, I was just sitting here for a couple minutes just contemplating what I was gonna do about this, because, like, what even? Like, granted, I've made something work with that build over there, but, like, how in the world was I supposed to make copper, soul sand, and redstone slabs work? Like, not to mention red sandstone slabs. Like, I don't know anybody who normally builds red sandstone slabs. So that's what made it a little bit harder for me. But I figured I'd get started, and I figured soul sand would equal graveyard, so that was my immediate idea going into this build. I started off with like kind of like a small area just to kind of lay out where I wanted it, see if I had any ideas that popped up while doing this, and I did come up with a few ideas. And I decided I wanted to make it a little evener, and because I felt like it was going to be best if I made it even. Eventually I do make like a little rock barrier around it in a circular shape, but for now I'm just sticking with the square just so I can focus on what I need to do. As you can see, I kind of was stuck on what I could do with crying obsidian, because I wanted to add a shrine, but I didn't think crying obsidian would really do it for a shrine, especially when I had red sandstone, and I really do not want to use red sandstone slabs with the crying obsidian. So I decided I would turn those into trees that I could put spore blossoms on, and I also decided to expand it a little bit again. It was already 11 blocks, but I decided to expand it by another 11 just because I felt like we were going to need more room, and I wanted to add like at least 4 trees, so I needed to add 2 more, and therefore I needed some space. I definitely could have spread the trees out a little bit more, but I do like that the trees were mainly stuck into the front of the graveyard, so I thought that was pretty cool. And I tried to intricate it as a tree as much as I could. I did honestly try my best because I wanted to see if it was possible for me to make a tree. I'm not very good at custom trees. And I was really stuck on what I could do for gravestones. Like, I wanted to do like the cross, but then I thought that'd be too big. And I thought about doing maybe stone blocks, but I realized that would be kind of bulky. So I decided to go with the brick fences and just deviate between the different types of fences where it looks mossy and kind of cracked, and, you know, just give it a little bit of a what's the word? Basically an older look. And I was trying to figure out what I could put in the ground for like some little detail. And I thought I could do mycelium, but then I realized blackstone would be better because it looks nicer, and it kind of matches the dark graveyard theme. And I figured why not do a little like trimmed path. So I figured I'd use the copper as the pathway because, well, let's be honest, I'm not going to use like my good blocks for the shrine when I have to use the red sandstone. Like, that doesn't make sense. And I also added some soul soil for texture because I wanted to work for like little plots in the grave where it was dug. But the problem was I couldn't place the wither roses there, so I was trying to decide whether I wanted the soul soil there or not. So I decided to get rid of the soul soil and put the wither roses in front of the graves, and I decided to then replace the soul sand with some soul soil all around the property because I thought it would be like a nice little texture to the graveyard. And, you know, it worked out really well. Like, you could definitely see the texture that I have going on, and it's really cool. I thought about using wither skulls on the gravestones, but I wasn't sure how they looked, and I didn't like how they looked either way. It either felt like it was in the way or it was in the wrong spot, and so I just gave up on that, and I went back to working on the trees. I started adding the spore blossoms in because I wanted it to get like the weird, like, little flowery thing. And honestly, I wasn't really sure where else I could honestly put the spore blossoms because I was just like, what? And as you can see, I went off to the side and I tried to see if I could find some blocks that I think would have been good with the sandstone slabs. And I found quite a couple of things, and I found a couple items to decorate. I wanted to give the shrine this like blue glazed terracotta floor, mainly just because I think blue could be a good contrast for the orange I'm gonna put into the shrine, which it definitely did. I contemplated on going with the red and black terracotta, but I felt like that would have been a little bit much, and it wouldn't have worked well with the orange that's going to be used for the shrine. And so I just decided to go with the copper because I figured, you know what? Why not? We got some copper going on the floor. I don't see why not. We can't use it on the shrine. And I used the red sandstone for the roof of the shrine, and I figured that would at least, you know, it would at least make some sense because, you know, I guess orange. I mean, I tried to make it look as decent as I could with what I had, and I didn't necessarily like it, and I didn't necessarily hate it. It was a weird combination of it. But eventually I added the amethysts on the roof with 2 cobwebs in each corner because what graveyard wouldn't have cobwebs? And then I decided I wanted to make like a cute little like coffin type thing in the shrine because I thought it'd be cool to have like a coffin. But then I couldn't really get to much of it, so I just kind of made like a closed casket coffin. But then I also had an idea. What's perfect for a graveyard? And I thought incinerator. So I went and made like a little mini incinerator, and this is what I had so far. And now it's time to add twisting vines, and I will say the main reason I added the lava as like an incinerator thing is because I thought it'd be kind of funny to like sacrifice stuff into the lava pit to the shrine so that you wouldn't get haunted after you come visit the graveyard maybe. And as you can see, I added some soul lanterns on top of the graveyard, and I thought it'd be kind of like a cute little lore thing to where like soul lanterns can guide souls back to the graves so they don't become like lost in limbo or something. I thought that was like a cute, maybe like little lore detail I could do. I do want to work on lore for Minecraft videos. The problem is I just don't have the resources to make Minecraft videos as like story based ones that are high quality at least. But maybe once I get stuff together I can maybe put something together. But yeah, I also added some skulk blocks around because I felt like it gave like a nice little like a darkness to it, like if that made any sense. I also added some amethyst as like a shrine offering of my own, and then I went on and put in the rock barrier. Now normally I would just do it bit by bit, but I decided to make the roundabout first because I wanted to see how I wanted it to look. And so I went around for a while just kind of like placing the blocks randomly, and then I would go around and fix whatever I needed to fix. And you know, it was a bit like a bit of a rush job, I will admit. I definitely rushed this bit for sure, but I mean overall I think it looks mostly fine, especially at the end of the project. And this is where I go in and I add my little details. I wanted this to be more like a mountainy type area, so there's gonna be less buttons spread around. In fact, I actually put no buttons in this build at all. And you know, basically I wanted to make it look interesting, and so I did. And I figured adding like rock detail would be good, and then I went around and I started adding sandstone to the edges where there's grass, and you know, making sure it's like no spaces wrong with the rocks, and you know, just going around adding the little list of details just to make sure it looked good. And I think it did overall ended up turning good, at least I believe so anyway. And yeah, this is what I had so far until I felt like I had to add more details. I tried to do like a cheap version of like the wither on top of this building because I thought it might look cool, but then it just looked dumb and bulky, so I got rid of that. And then I figured, why not put the wither skulls on top of the shrine, like in the 4 corners? And when I saw they were floating, I had to fix it, obviously. And then I put some wither skulls on the front. And then I decided to get some more decor items, such as bones and regular skulls. And I just, you know, kind of placed them around. I changed the positions of them so it looked a little bit different on each side. And then I went around placing these, like, random skulls. And I figured it'd be kind of cool if, like, the skulk would turn them into, like, wither skulls or something. I don't know, I thought it would be kind of funny. But, yeah, this is the product that I have so far. I think it turned out really nice. Honestly, I'm very impressed with, how the graveyard turned out. I thought it would be very odd. I will say the sandstone kind of gives it off when you get closer to it, but from a distance, it doesn't look the worst. And again, it's not like, I'm not hating the redstone slabs, it's just, I'm not loving it either. But this is actually kind of impressive for what I did. I'm genuinely surprised by this. I definitely did not expect expect this kind of a build. And it's definitely interesting, especially with like the crying obsidian and the spore blossoms. And I mean, it looked good. So now it was time to write my findings in my journal. And I called this build the Withered Graveyard. And I thought it was pretty cool. it was pretty cool. I will admit, the Withered Graveyard is a cool name. Unfortunately, I believe I called it the Weeping Graveyard when I wrote it on the sign, so I'll definitely have to fix that in the next episode. But here it is at night, and then here it is again during the day. And I think this turned out great. Obviously, next build we are going to go around here, and we will obviously continue more towards in that direction where the sun's facing. And I'm not sure what I'll do for that middle area where, you know, the paths lead to. I think I might make something on stream if you guys are interested in watching me build something in the center on stream. If not, I will make a video for it. But I would like to make something here. Maybe like a cute little garden, a berry garden for the foxes or something. I feel like you guys deserve a berry garden. So, yeah. Anyways, I think this is all for the video for now. We will definitely have a lot more interesting builds coming up in the future. And we are going to end this episode actually chilling in our new little subscriber fox den. And with that, we are going to end this episode today here. I hope you all liked the new updates I made to the world, and I hope you guys liked the build. If you want to see more, please like and subscribe for more content like this on my channel. And with that, I hope to see you in the garden again soon, my little foxes. Until next time, bye-bye!